American writer Gore Vidal quotes, "Every time a friend succeeds, I die a little." Envy is a tricky emotion that can be hard to detect. It can be dangerous because it can motivate people's actions in negative ways. If we're angry at someone because of something they did, we might try to hide it. But eventually our anger will come out in some way, like through our body language. And if we act on our anger, the other person will usually know what made us angry. But if we are feeling envy, we are not likely to tell the person who is the source of that envy how we feel. We may not even be aware that we are feeling envy. Envy is more often than a hidden emotion. The feeling of envy is when we want what someone else has. We might feel like we deserve to have what they have, but feel helpless to get it. Envy is also admitting that we are inferior to another person in something. This can be painful to admit and even more painful for others to see. If you want to understand why people do the things they do, it's important to be able to recognize when someone is feeling envy. Envy is a complicated emotion, but if you can learn to read the signs, you can get to the root of what motivates people. There are 3 ways to recognize envy. First, try to learn the signs of envy so you can spot it when it happens. Second, be aware of the types of people so you can avoid them or be extra careful around them. Finally, third, understand the circumstances and actions that might trigger envy in people so you can avoid them. This is first video of playlist Envy Emotion. In this video, I will cover sign of envy, and in next 3 video, I will cover types of envy people, triggers of envy, and how to use your envy. Let's start with sign of envy. Sign 1, micro expressions. When people feel envy, they sometimes try to trick themselves into thinking it is something else. But at first, they're more likely to let their true feelings show. First impressions are often the most accurate. This is because people usually show their true colors when they first meet someone. Envy is often shown through someone's eyes. The word envy comes from the Latin word invidia, which means to look through, to probe with the eyes like a dagger. The early meaning of the word was associated with the evil eye and the belief that a look could actually convey a curse and physically harm someone. The eyes are telling us that someone is feeling envy. This person doesn't just have their eyes affected, but their whole face looks like they disapprove of what they're seeing, and they might be feeling hostility too. The envious person's eyes will look at you in a way that seems to show they don't like you and are a little bit angry. Their face little bit look like a child who feels cheated. The envier's mouth is turned down at the corners. The nose is in a sneering, upturned position, and the chin is jutting out. The envier's look does not last more than a second or 2. It is usually followed by a strained, fake smile. The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer devised a quick way to elicit these looks and test for envy. If you tell a suspected envier some good news about yourself, and they react with a very quick expression of disappointment, their tone of voice as they congratulate you will betray some tension and strain. Also, if you tell them some misfortune of yours and notice the uncontrollable micro-expression of joy in your pain, they are likely envious. If you see someone giving you micro-expression, it could be a sign that they're jealous of you and are trying to make your life difficult. Be careful around people like this. Sign 2, poisonous praise. A major envy attack is when someone is really trying to make you feel bad about yourself. It might be preceded by little envy bites, offhand comments that are meant to bother you. For example, if you complete any work or project, this poisonous people compliments you on your work, but also implies that you only did it for the money. They might try to make you feel bad by saying that you only did it for the money. They might say this even if you have worked very hard and put a lot of effort into your project. It might make you feel uncomfortable and confusing. These comments are meant to cause doubt and damage, and they usually happen when you're feeling happy about your work. When people talk about your success, they might also mention the parts of your audience that are not very likable. For example, they might mention some negative comment which someone said previously. Even though this might not be a very nice thing to say, it might make you feel guilty. Some people will say nice things about something you have lost as a way to make themselves feel better. This might make you feel uncomfortable because it seems like they are happy that you are experiencing a tough time. If someone does this to you a lot, it might be because they are secretly jealous of you. Sign 3. Backbiting. If someone talks about other people a lot, particularly people they know, they will probably talk about you too. Gossip is often a way for people to share mean things they've heard about other people. When someone is gossiping, you can tell they enjoy it by the way their eyes light up and their voice sounds excited. They will only say bad things about the person and will try to make that person look bad. If someone tells you a story that is mean or hurtful about another person, that person is probably jealous of the person they are talking about. If this happens more than once, that person is not a good friend and you should be careful about trusting them. Sign 4. The push and pull. Some people try to become friends with you too quickly. They might praise you a lot or try to spend a lot of time with them. They might do this because they want to learn about the person's weaknesses. After sometimes, this person is your friend, but sometimes they say mean things to you that don't seem to be related to anything you've done. They might be nice again afterwards, but then do it again. It's like you're stuck between the friendship and the pain they cause, and you feel guilty without any reason. Some people are really good at finding ways to make other people feel bad about themselves. They might do this by pointing out things that the other person has done wrong, or by making them feel bad about things they said in the past. These people might seem like they're always trying to start arguments with the people they're friends with. And when those friends try to defend themselves or end the friendship, you might notice that these people have had a lot of friends who they don't talk to anymore because of big arguments. Usually, the reason they act like this is because they're jealous of something about their friends, and they want to make themselves feel better by making their friends feel bad. In general, if someone is criticizing you and it doesn't seem to be based on anything you've done, it's probably because they're strongly envy of you. If you are observant, you will notice that although the signs of envy may be subtle, they tend to leak out. A single sign of envy might suggest that the person is passive or weak. You should look for combinations or repetitions of the signs to identify a pattern before moving to alert mode. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family.